Good morning, retail traders. A sneaky snake trading strategy where we look at chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. I want to brought up China this week. I said we were kind of bullish on it Monday, and to kind of watch it. Well, I said it over the weekend. So we're going to pull up BABA. I don't want to use the VWAP.
QSI.
There it is. We're going to clear this up, make it all clean again. I'm going to show you how I evaluate a stock. First thing I do is go to the yearly time frame. I put up the news. I want to see the local news on here, and sometimes I even go to the website and I key in Wahoo Finance, and I look at the news that's going through there. Once I understand about the news, I'm able to go ahead and start looking at the chart. It kind of gives me a equilibrium if I want to get in the trade or get out of it. So I know it's pretty, it's inexpensive right now. I don't want to say cheap, but it's inexpensive. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the chart. This is a yearly chart. Now I do believe we're getting ready to break out of a triple top, if we have not already. Pull this down. And we'll go back and just look at the 3-year chart.
USO.
Oh. We're definitely down here at the 3-year chart. Now, one could say I have a target. If you wanted to go long in this trade, one could say I have a target to this triple top break, and we're going to draw a resistance line right there on the weekly. And what I'm going to do, because this is a little bit lower, I want to bring it down just a little bit, have a trend line. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just going to go ahead and draw the trend line, price line. And we'll get it off this here high right here on the body of that candle. So that's right at 120.31, and that'll be a triple top that we're going to go long in. And the resistance to break is going to be this 51. We got a descending pattern down here that's getting ready to squeeze on the weekly time frame. So I'm going to draw a trend line across that top of that channel. That's going to be right there to right there, using the bodies of the candle. I'll extend it to the right. So once we break above this here triple top, and we fight through all these moving averages, it'll be an easy shot up to resistance right here at 102.03. Right there, 102.69. So let's go over this one more time. We have a descending flag. It's off the neckline of this head and shoulders, so that'll be a solid support, and it's getting ready to squeeze out to the next two resistance levels. One stating 102.69 and the other one stating 120.31. Now I'd go long at this point by 10 shares, and then as it moves out and breaks out, you could keep adding on to the dips, but you get your first initial trade in at the triple top. Then she should come up here and find resistance at the triple top. So you have two things going for you. You got a triple top break and then a triple top resistance. And then eventually, if you're one that can sit on a stock for years, you probably get back here to 168. And that's going to be BABA. I'm bullish on BABA. I'm bullish on China. So, we've got the car industry. We've got LI. You could watch that one. I called this one down here at the very bottom off this trend line at 1944. And right now we're at 31. So you have resistance still for 34.76. Now that's a shoulder line to this head. So that's real hard resistance. Set a support level, you know, right around 2970. So that's LI. We've got, I called out KWEB, KWEB. It broke out of resistance now. I have a triple top resistance break here. And today and Friday we broke out of that. So this is KWEB. The next resistance to break will be that 51 EMA, right around 30 bucks. So there's some opportunity here in China. Don't try to take it to the world. We got KWEB, we got BIDU. This one here looks really ready. No, shoot, I thought it was way down here. I called this out down here at this bottom. We had a little snake breakout, pull back, boom. For the ones that don't know my strategy, this is exactly what I called. I called a snake, breakout, pull back, high or low, boom. And you see that on the snake, breakout, pull back, boom. So I've been following this trade. I got to go over here and shut my water off real fast, and I'll be right back. So that's BIDU, and I called it off this here trend line when it pulled back. So you have like a triple bottom off the snake, 1, 2, and 3. You have the breakout, pull back, and then the initial boom. So we're BIDU. I mean, things were inexpensive down here at 116. You can see why. It was a gap. The perfect gap play. And I talk about how to trade gaps. Usually you find support at the bottom of that gap. So we're just going to draw a trend line on the bottom of here and show you right where that thing takes us. Takes us right to the body of this gap. See? You got a huge gap. So that old support now is going to be right here to hold, and I want to change that into a different color. We're going to make it red. So that would be a very hard support. I'd like to take that trade at that spot. There's really reasons why. It's a pivot point. It's a pivot point on the yearly time frame, and we found support, found support, found support, found support. We found resistance. So yeah, I'm gonna set an alert just right above that. And what else in China? Baba, KWEB, NIO, and XPEV. NIO, same thing. We've got a double top right here we got to try to break, and that's this resistance on this candle right here. So we're going to draw a price line at that level, and that level to break resistance is going to be 879. 879. Now that's a pivot point also. That's a pivot point also on the yearly time frame. So if we break a double top, it can easily come back up here to the next resistance level of right around 952. And then long for a hard resistance to break at 1044. And there's going to be a little spot in here to take a little profit maybe also at 986 if it doesn't break that $10 buck. If it doesn't break 10, she'll pull back. And XPEV, and then we'll call it for China. See, I drew out the snake here and traded this here little beast right in here, so we've been kind of down playing it. Let's go ahead and clean it up, start fresh. So right now we're at the 200 SMA, so that's another major resistance to break. And if we can break that resistance, we got a year-long or pretty good-sized Darvis box here. A Darvis box is a horizontal trade that can channel up and down for over a year or longer, or it could do it within 30-40 minutes. I don't know. We're going to call it down here. Right there. So that's your Darvis box. You want to break the 200 SMA to find resistance right up in here at the top of this box. So that's where we're going to draw that trend line, price line on the top of this triple top here. So you got double, 1, 2, and then you'll have your triple top. So 1151 is your serious resistance to break if we break past that 200. And this is XPEV. They're involved also in the auto industry. This was one of my favorite trades last year, and then this year it didn't do too hot. Okay, well, I think that's about it. Everybody have a great day. We'll catch you later, retail traders.